What's up, Roscoe's? How we doing? We're going to switch it up for y'all today. We're going to be on this side, yeah? Okay, have a seat. How are you, gorgeous?
I'm great. How are you? Hi,
good.
everyone. How are we today?
So, Kara's not going to be here today. She got the day off, so she's out having a good old time with her man. I believe, right? She's with
with her man.
She's with her man. Okay, so whatever. Have
Something
fun,
like that.
bitch.
She's probably getting married or whatever.
But we're really happy for her and her man, whatever. Anyway, are y'all ready for a good time here at Roscoe's? Gorge, we have two amazing guests.
Oh, yes.
Listen, we're friends with most of them. But these two are actual friends. Like, we have our phone numbers, actually. Like, we text. The other ones is just like...
Hey, we'll see you at work.
Yeah, they're more like colleagues.
Yeah, colleagues. Ooh.
Colleagues, co-workers. No, but these are actual friends. Let's start with the biggest of them all, the one, the only, Miss Morgan McMichaels! Morgan, you could sit further away from me if that'd be great. I see you enough.
You're not used to sitting next to beautiful people.
Wow, Batty. That was a read to you.
Well,
You just got here.
No,
You just read her.
Oh my God.
I didn't
You
actually.
are beautiful.
Ate me last week. Now
You
she's
are
eating me.
beautiful. You matter.
Actually, Batty and Caramel sit on this side, and you sit over there by yourself. I watched the videos. You're all the way
just
over
read
there.
Batty for Phil. You are
She-
beautiful and you matter.
Thank
But
you.
like
Speaking
I said,
of beautiful-
you're not used
Yes,
to. You're not
let's
used
bring out our
to sitting
next
there.
guy.
Speaking of beautiful and matters, the very lovely and super talented
Phoenix!
Hi. How we doing, Roscoe's? Hi. Hello, ladies and Morgan.
It's going to be a messy one today.
Welcome.
What's up, big guy?
What's going on, big guy?
Welcome, Phoenix. How are you, gorgeous?
Oh, I am fantastic. How are you, Naysha?
I'm good. So happy to have you.
Thank you.
Super excited to have you. I can't wait to kiki and get all the dirt and
To
all that.
dig into
good-
it.
Yes, we really can't wait. But before we do, we want to say thank you to our sponsors.
Hornitos. Oh, yes. Thank you to Hornitos. Grab you guys a blueberry sour. It's real delicious. I'm going to have one shortly.
They're
We love
really
some tequila.
Yes, they're really, really good. So make sure you got one already. Do you like it? Do you like? Right? It's so good.
Boots.
I love it. Okay, so we're gonna jump right into this. Phoenix, just get ready because I got questions.
I'm sure you do.
I got questions. We're gonna.
When my agent was like, "You're going to be at Roscoe's," I said, set up.
Absolutely. All right. Are we ready to get the shindig started? Yes. Let's do it.
Let's see bracket 2.
Okay, so we have a lot to unload, a lot to unpack. Let's get into it. First, we're gonna go through these looks. We'd like to get your opinion on these entrance looks, because I saw how much you loved the looks. So let's talk about it. Let's start with who? Who should we start with, Batty?
Let's start with the way that they showed. So let's start with Tina. Tina walked in first.
The silver look,
And
right?
the silver, yeah.
What did you ladies think? We'll start with Phoenix. We'll start with Phoenix. Phoenix, you're at the end. We could just start with you.
Can we switch places, please? I want to be closer to Naysha.
You want to switch?
Yes.
Thank God.
Y'all are so. I swear to God.
Okay, no.
Oh, I like this angle better. Okay, there we go.
Okay, you're gonna switch to give me your back though? There we go. Okay, talk to me. How did you feel about...
Do we want to just sit?
I
in
know,
the
I
circle on
didn't
the
think
ground?
about how
Why don't
short
you just
this
sit
skirt
right here,
is.
Morgan? There we go.
Where you belong.
That's great. Aww.
Sorry, I'm giving a little crotch flash to everyone. My bad.
Okay, so how did you feel about Tina Burner's entrance look?
I will say I was glad that she didn't come out with a full fire. She kind of went away from that.
She put out the flame.
She put out the flame. Because like even with mine, I was trying not to be super literal.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? So like I understand there's like a brand to it, but I think, okay, so I don't really watch Drag Race like crazy, just FYI. So, but from what I've seen, I think a lot of her outfits or costumes have always been very fire oriented.
Right.
So I was kind of glad she ventured away from that.
Yeah.
It was.
What did you think?
I wouldn't say fire. I'd say like more McDonald's.
Yeah. Sure. Yeah.
Ketchup
Well,
and
she's
mustard.
a comedy queen. It's not a read. It's just it was more along the lines of fast food.
So you think
right?
her drag is funny? Okay.
Well, yeah.
So, but we do. So here we do tens across the board, or it's a chop.
Chop.
Chop. What was it for you? Chop or tens across the board? There's no middle ground, boo.
There's not. Let's
No.
go ahead and chop it out.
Chop.
Yeah. Let's go ahead and chop.
Tina Burner. They don't like you apparently.
No, Tina, I love you. Tina, I love you.
I'm just. What did you think?
I'm going to give Tina a 10, 10s across the board, just because of her glow up. Since her last season, she looks great. And, you know, we took kind of the comedy away from just this look. I think she looks great.
Can I change my answer, please?
Listen, we're not editing the first answer. But sure, go ahead. Who do we have next, Batty?
Next up, we have Carrie Colby in this beautiful blue bodysuit, giving you Colby couture. What do we think? She looks gorgeous.
I thought tens across the board right away.
For the hair alone. Baby, when I tell you that is an expensive piece of hair she got on right there.
Yes.
Yeah, she looks phenomenal.
Beautiful. What did you think?
It was human too.
Yeah.
You could see by the way it moved.
Yeah.
She looks amazing. The body, face, the hair, everything about Carrie Colby just gives me what I need in my life.
Stunning.
Oh, yeah.
Absolutely beautiful. All right, who's next?
Next up from Atlanta, we have Nicole Paige Brooks.
I think we know how we feel. Let's move on. No, I'm just kidding. I'm just kidding. We'll start with Morgan at the end. What did you think?
It was an interesting color.
What color was it?
Like a burnt orange. I would have.
Sure.
I don't know. And it was kind of monochromatic, which is fine. But she wasn't wearing a earring on Drag Race. Make it make sense.
Or makeup. Listen, I'll tell you this right now. I love a good minimal look. But the first thing they will tell you about makeup is to look like you're wearing no makeup takes a whole lot of makeup. So there was no lip liner. The color was too close to her skin tone. So it kind of just washed right out. Then there were no earrings.
Well, you have to have a lip to line.
The whole... Not really. You could create one, boo. It was just a little washed out for me, and it just looked unfinished. It looked like we need you out there, and she just came out. It didn't. Do you get what I mean? It just looked unfinished.
The belt was sickening.
The what was sickening?
Her belt.
Her belt. So one piece of article that she had on was sickening. Gorgeous.
I think the one thing that could have made it like pop a little more, I think we can all say like blush on Drag Race is something that we see like, you know, even Acacia last year, or from the last season, I mean, blush.
Yeah.
Blush would have made it a little pop, a little more pop.
Yeah,
That's all.
makeup. Phoenix, Phoenix, what did you think?
You know what? She has her own style. You know what? And I appreciate someone that comes along and they have their own individuality. And
If you could describe that individuality.
Naysha, that's how I would describe it. No, you know what? Okay, so I like the flow of the coat. I thought her body looked good for her in that. I like that. I like the belt. I love Shauna and Destiny and the whole Brooks family, obviously. I love that. Yeah, I don't know where her earring is. That's such a big, like, they're like little pieces of drag that you should have. And like, you know, I don't like to wear nails, but I at least will paint mine because I can't do anything in them. So...
Oh, I don't wear
Sorry,
nails,
girl,
and
okay.
I have never. Only time.
But like an earring, and there are like certain things that you should have on, especially on this kind of a stage with your hair up. So, yeah.
Absolutely.
Next up, we have Mistress. How do we feel about Mistress?
So cunty. Tens across the board. No complaints. Not because I'm afraid she'll post something about me.
She will.
No, I bet you she won't. Because I know where she lives, and I'll see her ass on Thursday. I'm not that girl. I'm that other girl. No, but I think she looked amazing.
No, she did look. You know, I love a plus-size girl that's completely aware of her proportions.
Yeah.
So it's not like I'm just going to throw on this tiny little pad. You know what I mean? Like, she knows how to really create a proportioned body for her and make it work for her. And she looked good. She looked expensive. The hair looked right. She's painted for the back row. What she had on in one eye right here, that's Nicole Page's whole face. Like, in this one eye. What did you think, Phoenix?
Oh, I think I need to go home. Yeah, no, I love Mistress. She is that big, I love drag, and she's that big Texas drag, and it's glamorous, it's over the top, it's big, and yeah, I love it. Mistress is a. Do we love Mistress in here? Yeah. So at first, so I booked Mistress last year, I guess it was, for South Carolina Pride. And Mistress is one of these people that you're like, I don't know if I like this. She's like, I don't know. But like the more that you're around her, you figure her out, and you get her personality, and I love her now. She is so funny to me, and now she is a terror, and she will terrorize everyone. But she is so funny. I love her.
I love that. Who do we have left?
And next up, we have Lydia, fresh off the runway from the last season.
Yeah. 5 days. 5 days to get ready for this.
Wow.
Absolutely amazing. 5 days. Super excited to see what she turns out. Great. She looked great to me. I loved the way she looked.
I loved it. She was in a potato sack.
Yeah.
And literally rocked the out of it.
Yeah.
I don't know what her purse was. I couldn't see what the purse was,
It was
but
like some face or something. I'm not sure.
Yeah.
I liked it. I thought she looked great. Makeup's beautiful. I just worked with her for the first time, and she's one of us.
Yeah.
Let's just.
Oh,
put
she's
it
a good time.
She's a good time.
She's
Yeah.
definitely a good time.
For sure.
She's definitely a good time. Do we have anyone left?
We do. Last up to the stage was Georges.
Oh. Georgia showed up in drag, which
Baby.
I absolutely loved. She looked gorgeous from head to toe. I loved everything about it. It was 10s across the board for me. What did you ladies think?
Absolutely, yeah. Georges she's one of my favorites. She is a bite-sized burst of energy and looks phenomenal every time she's out there. Yeah, I love her.
Yeah.
Oh yeah, me too. Half a yard of fabric will cover her whole body.
Down.
And that's all she needs. But everything she wears works for her body. Like whoever's making her knows that she moves and knows how she moves, and it just works so beautifully. And I've never seen, and I've hung out with Latrice. We've hung out with Latrice. Georgia smokes the most weed that I have. I was like, oh my God, how are you alive?
I mean, it's like, how do you look the way that you do and smoke the amount of weed that you do? You know what?
I would be hiding under this stage. There's no way.
They're leaves, you guys. What are you talking about? She's smoking leaves. It's fine.
You know why? Because this smokes like the same exact way. That's the only reason she's saying
It's
that.
what keeps us level.
It's medicinal.
Whatever. Okay, so I think we had how many chops? We had two chops.
Two chops.
We had Tina Burner and their best friend Nicole Page Brooks.
You're crazy. You were crazy.
Everyone else was 10s across the board. Yeah?
I love Nicole.
No. Oh, do you?
Yeah, I sure
know,
do.
I'm just with you.
But it was horrible.
It was. Okay. That was probably my least favorite. My favorite was Georges.
Me
With that
too.
said, let's go back to the show. Okay. So, design challenge right off the bat. What do ladies think?
Better than a singing challenge right off the bat.
Would you have rather had this challenge than...
Absolutely.
Yeah.
Yeah, girl. Down.
Since we're talking about the first week and, the first bracket, let's go back there.
Great.
Okay, one of the first things that I wanted to ask you about was when you gave your MVQ, that's what they call it, right? Your MVQ point. Did you have a hard time deciding that, or did you know right away who you were going to give it to?
The last
That
one?
last one.
The last
Because
one?
you were the deciding factor.
It was a tough one to figure out.
Yeah.
My first thought was give it to Bosco. Bosco's a good friend of mine. She was my girl on the show, so that was my first reaction was to give to her because I was pissed off. They were talking about alliances can be beneficial, and it is very, very beneficial. And so that was my first thought was to do that, and then I was like, well, just let Rue do it.
Yeah.
I'm over this. Send me home. Let Rue do it. And then I got to thinking about conversations that I had heard, Aja talking about, getting ready for All Stars and the difficulties she's had, and all of this kind of stuff and her storyline. And look, Aja is great TV. She is so much. She's a sweetheart. Lot of fun, and just with all of that, I've watched one of my trans daughters. I've watched her progress and become the amazing woman she is now, but I knew the struggle that it took to get to where she's at now. So I think there's always like a little piece of that sits with me because I've seen it firsthand. And listening to Aja, I was like, this is the right decision because she wants this.
Yeah, and I have to say, I think it was the right decision.
Yeah.
Do you all agree?
I do as well, yeah.
Yeah, I thought Aja was, that's who I would have gone with. Okay, so I do want to ask, last week, we had talked about someone wanting to drop out and said, I'm leaving, I'm done, I don't want to do this anymore. Like, I think it was before that the last episode. And who was the...
Naysha?
Deja was like, I'm not going to say who it was. Do you know who it was?
No.
No, you have no idea who it was.
I don't know who it was. It wasn't.
Yeah.
It wasn't me. I don't know.
Yeah.
Who
Well,
it
we
was.
were playing the guessing game, and they did not want to spill it. So I was like, if it was Phoenix would say it was me.
Yeah.
I wanted to leave.
No, I don't remember that even. That's a weird one. I don't remember that.
Oh, we're gonna have to do process of elimination. Remember to get that.
Well, I mean, I was there, and I feel like I would know that. I don't.
So, who was here last week?
that.
Yeah, they were saying that somebody was like, I'm over it. I'm done. I don't want to do this anymore.
No, I mean, there was a point where I was like, I'm over this.
Yeah.
And I was definitely over it. Once I realized the situation and what was going on, I was definitely over it.
Yeah.
Because I knew that I was well, so, I definitely remember saying I'm over it.
Yeah.
And there was a lot more that I was kind of going off about. I was... After the second episode, when I realized what's going on, I know myself and I know my temper, and I was like, you know what? I need to go over in my little area and be alone for a minute because I'm ready to rip this entire room apart. So I went over and I kind of composed myself for a good 30, 45 minutes.
Yeah.
And I remember being over it. So maybe that's what she's talking about, but I wasn't like having one of those I'm going home moments. Yeah, that wasn't it.
And to be honest and to be fair, that first, and I want you to touch on this and talk about this a little bit. I would be over it too when someone says, I heard you're iconic and legendary, but I didn't see that. It seemed like a very unnecessary comment.
Yeah.
Because I have said time and time and again to give somebody a compliment, you don't have to say something negative, and vice versa. Do you get what I'm saying? So to say, hey, I wish you would have done better, you don't have to say, well, you're not legendary. It was just so off. It was so off, and it's not like you said to her, I'm legendary and iconic.
The thing is about it is I did not walk in the room and be like, the legend's here. I didn't do any of that. Like, you know what I mean? Like, this was not a part of my intro. Girl, like, it was so like, I'm like, production told you this. I didn't say it. So like, when I tell you. So when I was getting all of this feedback online, this was all of this kind of stuff coming up, and they were like, saying you're not this, you're not that. And I'm like, but I didn't say this. I'm a firm believer that I don't have to say what I am. Other people will say it for me. I don't have to say that.
You're a
You know what I mean? And like, I've known this lady for far too. I was trying to watch my words on camera.
When you were talking 2 seconds ago about your temper, I was so tempted to be like, Detox. By the way, give it up for Detox, Chi
My
Chi
bestie!
Give it up for Chi Chi LaRue as well, and of course, Miss Brooklyn Heights.
I love it. I will say, Detox did tell me, she goes, we should have did social media training.
But Detox and I definitely know about your temper. There are stories in West Hollywood.
No. It's not like that. But I do know myself, and I did not want to do all that in the workroom, Morgan.
have it on video.
It was just. Can I just talk about it really quick?
Absolutely,
Okay.
go for it.
So you know what? I haven't spoke about this. This has been a horrible situation that blew up, and I will first start off by saying that I apologize to her, because reason being is, and she doesn't, look, let's be real, she doesn't care. She literally probably has no clue. No, she actually knows, I'm sure. But she doesn't care about what the I say. You know what I mean? Like, I heard she was nominated for a Grammy. I don't know anything about her. You know what I mean? I literally know the one song. Look, I showed my age with all this. I did not know who she was, how big she was, didn't know any of this. But I apologize to her, because to be completely honest, it really was not that serious. It really, really wasn't. And I think when I've looked back at it, I kind of took it the wrong way. But I will also say that I woke up to, because, it airs at midnight on Thursday or whatever. So I woke up on Friday, and the fans were just like, she doesn't. So I just kind of put something out there, a clap back. I'm a drag queen. We're snarky. We throw shade. To me, it really wasn't that serious. It really, really wasn't. And so I went to bed Friday feeling in a great space, loving everything I watched, and I woke up, and a friend of mine had texted me, and they were like, "You're on some look. I'm not on Twitter or X, whatever it is. I haven't been on for months and months and months, and evidently there's some blog that is huge. Literally, they were like, "You're on this," and I said, "Who?" Like, no clue. So I get on my Instagram, and I'm like, what in the I am completely blown away by what is going on. And then as the day keeps going and going, it is getting worse and worse and worse. And, everything from I'm racist to I'm misogynist, just like some of the things that came out over something that I did not think anything else about. It was just a simple little throw out shade. To me, it wasn't even that crazy. I just was really blown away by how big it got.
Wait till you see the comments on this video when it comes out.
And and I'll be honest, like, people literally were like, well, why didn't you say it to her then? And I'm going to be very honest with you guys about this. So I am wearing the latex outfit, and it is this thick latex that is on, and this is the girls. I actually have heard that some of the girls defended me on Twitter about this, because where Ice Spice is sitting, where I'm placed on the mic, I cannot hear anything that she's saying, like literally anything she is saying. So at the end, when they're like, you guys can go backstage, I tell the girls, I'm like, I could not hear a word Ice Spice was saying. Literally, that was my reaction. So well, that's actually what Irene said. She was like, girl, don't worry about it. She read you. And I was like, what did she say? And then she was like, it doesn't matter. We're going to film Untucked. So I'm back there like.
But after watching it, did you think that she read you? Because I think it's about perspective. And I think, like, watching it, like, obviously after I talked to you and I watched it, I didn't think she said it with any malice.
No, but here's.
I think she was told to say it.
No, I see. I don't think that that's the case. I don't think that they tell the guests or anyone what to say. But maybe she was talking literally, like she couldn't see you.
I don't think they told her what to say. I think she said that. I think that's what she felt at that very moment, and I think that she expressed it and articulated it in an incorrect way, because all she had to say was, I just saw you being really shy. I don't have to say, well, I heard you are legendary and I did not see that. That, like, it's such a big comment for such a small thing. You get what I'm saying? Like, it's just too big for something so small.
You know what? Here's a problem with not just Drag Race, but I think the culture that we're in. I think that people are throwing the words icon and legend around so quickly. And
It's true.
It's true.
It's true. Perfect example. Morgan McMichaels, legendary. Come on, guys.
throwing it around way too quickly.
Morgan McMichaels, icon.
But it's, it's...
I can't deal with it.
It's, she's taking your name, D. But the thing is like, people are throwing it around so quickly. And, we all have our own definition of what an icon and what a legend is, okay? And I think that there are so many different, Cher is an icon. You know what I mean? There's so many different avenues that we can take that word. And, I had some people, I eventually cut my comments off and stopped reading them after some good advice.
Best thing you could do.
Yeah, girl, when I tell you, it was so crazy. And this, girl, I'll tell you this in a minute. But, we all have our own idea of what an icon and what a legend is. And, I think what my instinct reaction to get upset was, I felt that all of the hard work that I've put in for 25 years was kind of diminished at that moment. And you know what? The people that are watching, they may not know me from Drag Race. I was season 3, I went home second. You may not know me from Drag Race, okay? But I have been working my ass off in Atlanta, throughout Georgia, around the South I have my own production company. I throw events all over. I work with multiple prides. I raise money for an AIDS foundation, for Youth Pride. I do tons of stuff for our community. And for me, when I think of what an icon and what a legend is, it is years down the road, if your impact is still felt, that is what an icon and what a legend is. Not because of how long I lasted on a TV show. Because I can promise you, my impact and the work that I've done for so many different organizations and people will be felt years later. There are so many queens that I have given them their starts. I've given them their first booking. I've mentored. I've done so I feel like at that moment, she just kind of, everything it was no longer valid. And I think that's what really kind of
No, and
triggered
listen,
me.
and hearing you say all those things, I just hope it really sinks in for some people, especially those that are watching on YouTube, and understand that those things are legendary. You could be great and iconic on Drag Race, but this is a legendary and iconic drag queen. On that note, let's go back to the show. Okay, did you guys clock? I love when they do the walk around and the table's 8 feet long and Ru's all the way over here,
She's on the other
and the
side.
other person is all the way over there. Don't you dare come anywhere near me. They're so far away from each other. That's why anytime you see RuPaul hug anyone, it's always oh, did that just happen? Anyway, really quick. Lydia, I love the sketch. Do we think she's going to be able to execute it?
I
Yeah,
love that.
I have
It's
faith.
very gem in the holograms.
The colors, especially, that hair, right? Do we think anyone is
Yes.
should be shaking in their boots?
Nicole. She was told to revise her look.
Really?
Georgia's too. I don't know where she's going with that. I'm a
Yeah.
little, I don't know.
You know what my favorite thing
It's the
about
ugliest fabric in the world.
Right.
So I hope she turns it.
I've noticed that every single time that happens with Georges, then she wins the design challenge. It's always oh, what this is gonna, and then she wins it. Okay, so Nicole Paige Brooks. What about
see-
Tina? How was Tina's?
She got the fur. I don't know what she's gonna do.
I don't know what she's doing with hers. That fur was a little crazy looking.
But maybe
Yeah.
bell bottoms, gold chain, fur. Maybe she's going for an old 70s pimp look.
Or Chewbacca.
Work.
Or Chewbacca.
Okay, so I think Lydia is the one that's gonna slay this the most.
See, I think Nicole's going to slay it.
You think Nicole's gonna
Yes,
slay it?
because she is good at that. On my season 2,
Yeah.
the first episode, she really helped me a lot with my my curtain outfit.
Yeah.
She was just hot glue and shit,
Right.
and she was helping me out a
Yeah.
lot. So I think she's good at that. You know, she's quite crafty, and
Yeah.
like it's an Atlanta girl. Like the Atlanta girls will get this,
Yeah, I
some
mean,
of
when we
that,
were coming
and make
up,
a whole.
you had to make your own costumes
Yeah.
and hair and all that kind of shit. So, yeah.
I mean, yeah, I can see that. Nicole's entrance look was amazing. So, I mean, I can see where maybe it just don't add up, girl.
Well,
I'm thinking of what she brought, and then I'm thinking,
Yeah.
yo, she's gonna slay it, and I'm like,
But the outfit was great. It was just styled wrong. Had she wore a ponytail with that outfit and a bitchy earring, and like, you know, had she cunted it up a little bit, the outfit would have been fierce. It was just kind of
yeah,
age appropriate.
yeah, not age appropriate. I was just being a drag queen. That was mean.
What? It was kind of age appropriate. She, you know, she'd look like
How old is she? Wait, do we know how old Nicole
I'm not
is?
even drunk and I'm
It's
talking.
How old is Nicole?
50.
Is she?
I think she's in her 50s. Someone
Look
Google
at
that.
Phoenix now. Look at
I'm
Someone
not
is-
talking.
Someone
She
is
looks
looking.
amazing
Did someone
for
look it
50.
up? Someone Google it. Detox. Look up. Ask Siri how old Nicole Page Brooks is.
How old is she?
52. Someone
Y'all
said
are-
52.
y'all
Do
are-
I hear 55?
Y'all are
is
so
there
messy.
62? Do I hear 62? I heard a 60 over here.
Y'all
Oh
are
my
so damn
God.
messy.
So
Oh
she's
my God.
52.
52.
BC.
Listen, she looks great for six. Wait, what'd you say?
What?
Stop. 52.
She's not 52.
She's not.
No, she's not 52.
No.
50.
Wait, so can you tell me how? Who cares?
She's old enough.
Next
She's old
question,
enough.
Next
please.
question. Next
But she's
question.
gonna
Okay,
turn it.
Let's go back to the
Let's
show.
go
I
back.
want to see. I'm really curious
I
to
wanna
see
see
how
what they
this
make.
is going to turn out.
Baby.
That was good TV.
That was good.
I enjoyed
Girl,
that.
they just got in there. Jesus Christ.
I love it. It's the first 15 minutes. I kind of live for it. Okay, how do we feel about Mistress right now?
I love it.
Good
I
TV,
love-
honey.
I love. You know who I'm also enjoying? Nicole Page Brooks.
Yes.
She's hilarious.
When she tips them eyeglasses down, baby,
When she look at you like that,
I fall out.
she looking through the glasses.
She said, respect your elders.
I live for it. I live.
She's making good TV. Agree.
Yeah.
Yeah.
I definitely think that there's, you know, this thing when it comes to queens from Drag Race from season 1 to like maybe season 6, where it was who you are was really organic, and we didn't have to deal with all of these younger.
You didn't have internet
season-
back then.
Well, it was on dial-up, but we didn't have to deal with it. So I don't think we knew, and especially on season 2, we had no idea what the we were doing. So we were just talking all the. Who cares?
And it's the what would you call it, fallback or the fandom.
Yeah.
People are like getting ready to read or say something, and they're like, well, I better not say that because then they're going to tear my ass up online, and it's going to turn into a thing. Which, if people at home understand and you let people just say what they want to say and enjoy it because it's TV, you're going to get a lot more. But, you know, people are scared now, I feel like.
See, I'm not scared. I've been friends with Phoenix and Detox and Brooklyn for years. They say the things to me. The things that come out of Mayhem's mouth to me on the daily, I'm not worried about what people on the internet say because that my sisters tell me is way worse.
Oh, totally.
Yes, you are.
Absolutely.
Right.
And for the internet, the Detox just said, and we are right.
Yeah.
You're such a bully.
But I think Mistress definitely has that kind of organic, and it's fun, and like obviously it's getting to Tina. You can see it.
Totally.
But take the joke, run with it. Like
Yeah.
she's trying to get back at her. You're not beating her.
Yeah, and we have to remember this is Mistress's brand.
Yeah.
This is what
It-
she does.
You know what it is? I think she said, and I'm not comparing her to the person, but she has that thing that Donald Trump has. I'm going to say it enough times where you're going to start believing it.
Right.
You know
right,
what I
right.
mean?
Yeah.
And obviously she's doing that to that group of girls. She's like,
Yeah.
I'm not a liar.
And my and that's what I love, that she is the biggest liar. And she's just like, I'm not a liar. And it's like, what?
But it's also like that is the best shows are backstage.
Yes.
And that's kind of what they're doing. Drag queens, we sit and read each other in the dressing room, and and everyone, most of the time, everyone doesn't take it super serious.
Right.
You know what I mean? But that is where the fun is. So I think
Yeah.
as fans watching it, I think they don't fully understand that part
Yeah.
of it. So they jump to, I'm team this, I'm team that. But
Right.
usually, I mean, that's what we're doing in the dressing room.
Yeah, and listen, for the fans too, we could sit here and we say, oh, we hated that she wore that, or she didn't have earrings, and we're talking. That doesn't mean we love these queens any less. That doesn't mean that we're not friends with them. Like, when we read like that, first of all, we do it out of love and we're having a good time. But it's like, I feel like they just, like you said, they have a hard time understanding that two things can be true. That dress that she wore is horrible, and I love her.
Right.
You know what I mean?
But again, you have to be a part of the situation to understand it.
Yeah.
And the funniest thing in the world to me is that Tina really thinks that she's giving it back.
Oh, she's
to
not.
Mistress.
No.
She's like, she met her match. I'm like, where, bitch?
You know what? I think
The next episode,
I think
baby.
production was getting in her head like, you were really giving it to her, weren't you?
You were
she was
shutting
like,
it down.
Yeah, I was, wasn't I?
You know how they do.
Because you weren't doing in the workroom. You were shaking.
She was looking at that camera, putting on that eye. Like,
She was working on that eye for
She
who
was
knows how
mad.
long. Anyway, let's get back to the show and see how this turns out. Okay, we're gonna get into these looks really quick. Let's start, since we just saw her right now. Let's start with Tina Berners. I did realize, I don't know if you guys saw it, maybe I missed it, but didn't she have a red thing to the lamp? I did not see that one time in the outfit. Does that mean she did not use it, and did she have to use it?
She had to use
You
it.
had to use
I
all
didn't
8
see-
items.
I didn't see that
Trust
at
me,
all. Did you see
when
it?
I have 8, I use it all.
Yeah, but did you see that lamp? You know what I'm talking
Yeah,
about?
the red
lamp,
lampshade,
that
yeah.
red lamp thing she had on her head.
But she wore that outfit out.
looked,
She did great.
It looked so good. But did she
I would have
use
wore,
everything?
but I would have wore the coat over my shoulders. I wouldn't have had my
Yeah.
arms through. You know what I mean? It
but
would
the
have been-
coat was beautiful.
It all looked
Yeah.
really well made, though.
Yeah, it was. The pants were tailored, honey. She
Beautiful
did that.
look. Beautiful look. I give it 10s across the board.
Yep.
Tens, yeah,
Tens,
tens.
yeah.
10s, 10s. Who's next?
Next up, we had Nicole Page Brooks.
I loved it.
I thought the fit of the swimsuit was there.
The
I thought
fit was great.
I thought the
Yes.
fit was great.
The hair out of the bag, though.
Yeah, the Cleopatra wig I wasn't necessarily there for.
And it's not a bad wig, but this is Drag Race. This is All Stars. No shade, but you know what I mean? Like, brush it or something.
Okay, no,
I'm not trying to be dusty, but it looked like,
yeah.
like there was static or something. You know when the
Tens across the board.
yes, I agree. 10s across the
10s
board.
across, 10s across.
Next up, we had Mistress.
Mistress, 10s across the board for me.
Yeah,
I love it.
Amazing.
too.
It looked so. She knows her body so,
So
well, and it looked like she made that at home and brought it, or someone else made it for her and she brought it to the show.
That course, it
looked
was
fantastic.
beautiful, and the colors
Beautiful.
were. I want to know where the blue was, though. I didn't.
It was in the purse.
was
In the
it
purse.
In the purse.
In the
Okay.
purse.
Thing, yeah.
Yeah. Next up, we had Lydia.
Oh, I loved it. I loved it. I wish she would have wore short, bitchy hair with that outfit, but I loved it. It
I
was
felt like the drapes were a little too large, like too thick, almost.
I felt like the sketch got me real excited. And then I was like,
No, I was waiting for an Olivia Newton-John song to start playing.
but it was
here
cute.
for it.
I thought it was cute. Who's next?
Next up was Carrie. Carrie looked like Tyla. Do y'all know who Tyla is? She gave me make me sweat.
But can we just talk about how beautiful she looks?
Yes.
When she's in the confessional in that little part, she looks gorgeous.
But it's also like, I mean,
Okay, we're
I
talking about the
honestly
runway,
don't even know how great the costume was. It was her body.
It's-
I was
it's-
just staring
it's
at
how
it. like-
beautiful. Yeah,
I think the only thing is I wish that, because she had all everything looked amazing on her body. The fit was great. I like the kind of skin tone piece that was in the front. I wish that she had she had all these long beads in the front, and I wish that she would have had it somewhere else.
Yeah.
You know what I mean? Just to kind of like,
Yeah.
when she turned around, I just felt that was kind of missing. It just needed that. She could
No,
have
just
separated.
easy access.
Was anyone looking for all the elements that that Mistress was like, the braids, she's wearing me out.
Yeah.
And I'm like,
She
okay,
was
there's
braided
the
up here for
braided,
sure.
There's the so funny. Anyway, go ahead.
And last up, we had Georges.
Oh God, it was so good.
It was good.
She really worked that out.
It was really good.
Because that fabric with the flowers was ugly as.
It was shady
But
fabric.
she really did it well.
Yeah.
Very Cher, I thought.
It looked like something that someone made for her. It didn't look like she just made that from that 8 ball. And, you know, yeah? I say yes. You guys like
I
it?
say yes.
Yes.
It was nice.
I like that. Okay, did we get
All
everyone?
right. We did.
Everybody was a 10s across the board.
RuPaul Charles.
Detox, you stay over there and be quiet.
Listen, someone had to be in the bottom
She
of
has
this
so
episode.
much money.
Someone had to be in the bottom. Ru, you in danger, girl. That.
I like the outfit.
Somebody set her ass up. She couldn't walk in it. As soon as she got to the end of the runway, Michelle was like,
"You're doing good, girl. You're great, ma.
"You're doing great, sis."
I like the colors. It was
That's what you say about something you don't like. I love the color.
No, I love the colors. I love the shape and everything. I mean, I can't pull that off. I wear black. It's fine.
It was fun to watch. It was fun to watch.
All
All right,
right,
so who do we think is in the top? I say Georges and Mistress.
Mistress, yeah. Also, let's not discredit Tina. Tina made
Tina
made a coat.
So to me, I
and
think
a top.
Mistress and Tina were the best.
Actually, you know what? Yes. I'm going to pick 3. I'm going to say Georges, Tina, and
You can't
Mistress.
pick 3. You can
Yeah,
only pick
well, I'm
2.
saying the top 2 is going to be between those 3. Do you agree, Morgan? Who's your top 2?
Ooh, Tina for sure, and Georges. Tina and Georges.
Mistress and Tina.
I think Mistress and Tina, yeah.
Okay. The only thing
But
about
RuPaul loves Georges.
I know.
So
The only thing about Tina is that I don't see that lamp, and it's irking me. But
Ooh,
all right,
that could
let's
be
go.
the thing. That
Let's
could be
go
the
back
thing.
to the
Yeah,
show.
let's
Let's
go
see.
back.
So we up here kind of agree with all the critiques. So we're gonna go right back into the show because we want to have time to do Q&A and get into all the good stuff. So let's go right back to the show. Okay.
All right. Well,
Do we agree with the winner of that lip sync?
100%.
Yeah. What do you think,
I thought
Phoenix?
Tina held her own. Tina, I'm here for you, girl.
I'm just kind of gagged. Mistress was in top 2.
Well, she was gagged too. She left the whole ass stage. She was like,
She
I am
was
not. You
up.
make me free.
She was
I'm
upset.
walking.
She was upset.
Yeah, I'm kind of gagged by that.
Did you see at the end? They're all dancing, and she just started walking towards the end.
She said, I gotta go.
She was like, oh, whatever, I'm over it.
She's
That's
like, wait
kinda
till I
good.
see y'all in Untucked.
Yeah. All right. Well, that was a great episode. I enjoyed it. Yeah?
Yeah.
Okay, Gorge. So let's go ahead and get right into Untucked so then we can start our Q&A. All right, let's do it.
I thought it was going to be the Mistress and Tina fight. It's not. Nicole Paige Brooks is fighting everybody. She said, I don't give no...
Everybody.
She don't give none.
She
Not
doesn't.
bad.
That's one thing about her. She's consistent with that.
Let's go ahead. We have some VIP questions, by the way.
We do.
So we're going to get started with some of those questions.
Yeah, I want to. Our first question comes from Mazzy, and they would like to know if there was an overlap in the bracket of filming. This is for you, Phoenix, clearly, because Morgan was not there. When the other groups were there,
I wasn't really on All Stars 3 either.
When the other groups were there, did you get to see or interact with anyone at all, or no?
No, there was no interaction. I mean, we kind of knew who was going, what was going on, but no, there was no overlapping.
So would you say that you knew the girls in all the other brackets or just your bracket?
I mean, you kind of have an
kinda.
eye. Yeah, you kind of know. Yeah.
Okay. Gorge.
All right, let's move back.
Let's go right back to Untucked. We want to get through that so we can get the audience's Q&A too. So let's go back to the show. I am just really enjoying Nicole Paige Brooks.
I'm
Are
telling
you guys
you.
enjoying her? I'm really enjoying her. Love her. Okay.
What? She's giving
love
good
her.
TV
Yeah,
for sure.
I love that.
I don't
love
know
that.
how anyone could try to pick on Georgia. She's the nicest ever.
And she's
But, like,
picking
the
on her
nice-
in the nicest way, I guess. I don't know because it's not even pointed, right?
No, but I mean,
It's
it's
fun.
just it's grating.
Yeah, I'm
It's
enjoying
Georgia's.
it.
She's
I'm
the
enjoying
nicest
it.
ever.
I'm enjoying it. We
do that
have,
to Mistress.
What'd you say?
I want Nicole to do it to Mistress and see how
it's
how
coming.
long it lasts.
Okay, well, we have a question from one of our VIP members. Go
We
for
do.
it.
One of our VIP members, Tagir, he would like to ask Phoenix if you did have a falling out with Nicole Paige Brooks.
That's the question,
That's the question.
I am contestant number 1 in question and answer.
Look at Morgan.
Detox, you stay over there, sweetie. So. Was there another question? Was that the only one?
Oh, no, we have several.
All right. So,
We
you know
started
what?
light.
So, I think that Nicole and I have known each other a very, very, very long time. Like literally 26, 27 years.
Yeah.
Y'all watching her for an hour on TV. Try dealing with it for like 26, 27 years. So I think that I think as people, we grow and we evolve and we change. Some people. Brooklyn, YouTube. And then some people don't, and they just kind of,
Just
no, and you know what? I think that we just grew apart, and I think that in life you do that. And I'll be honest, like Nicole and I will always have so much love for each other because Nicole did come into my life when I was just starting, and she did kind of help me for a minute, and then I was like, okay, well, this was fun.
Yeah.
And we've lived together. We've literally. So I mean, I will always have love for Nicole, but as far as being in the same room with each other for extended periods of time.
So what would have happened if you walked in? What would have happened if you walked into this bracket and Nicole was in that room?
Nicole and I actually would have made great TV together.
Yeah. It sounds
I mean, because you know what? Like I said, there is a love that we have for each other.
Yeah.
So I think that we would understand what we're there to do also.
Yeah. That'd be fun. Ooh, that would have been fun. Look at Detox. You're such an instigator.
She's such a girl, what I tell you, because she knows this already.
And YouTube, the laughter you hear, that's Brooklyn.
That's
She's
Brooklyn.
also an instigator.
Just stirring it up.
Don't think that she's... I hear you.
Oh, I said that we have lots of love for each other. Remember that.
Yeah.
Hello.
But you know what? What? Wait, but hold on. Low key, watching Nicole and what she just said, she's not gonna be offended. You didn't say nothing bad.
No.
Earlier she said, stop with the thin skin, have some thick skin. We're drag queens, blah blah blah, which I agree with 100%. We can all talk about each other, but still love each other and respect each other. And I think that is present between the two of you. Yeah. Yeah, totally.
Very present.
Yeah, absolutely.
Yeah.
Absolutely. Okay, let's go back.
We were a blast together during press week. The girls were literally like, and then they would put us in the same groups together just so to watch us. I was like, y'all are shady.
Let's get back to it. Okay. That was great. Tina Burner, definitely into Lydia.
Definitely.
Definitely. Everything was like, baby. Oh my God,
Oh, she
baby,
was cruising
baby.
out.
Somebody
baby.
check on Corey King right now
I'm
and make
like,
sure she's
girl,
okay.
Corey King is pissed right now. She's all up in her DMs.
I don't
Okay.
think Corey has a problem. I don't think
Well,
Corey's worried.
we're going to visit that right now. But before we do, we're going to say goodbye to the front bar. If you would like to join us back here for Q&A, come on back here and join us. We're going to keep kicking and chit-chatting back here. We're going to put music and videos and all that good stuff up there. And then our VIP members are going to get some extra content. So if you are not a VIP member, I don't know what you are waiting for, because this is the part where you're going to miss out. So subscribe and become a VIP member if you haven't already done so. But right now, let's show some love to the very gorgeous and stunning, my dear friend, Miss Phoenix!
Thank you.
And let's keep that going for Morgan McMichaels.
Caramel Deville, we miss you, my love, but please make some noise for my sister, the one and only Miss Batty Davis.
And let's keep that going for Naysha Lopez.
All right, so we'll see you next week with...
Next week we have Roscoe and Mistress here.
So it's going to be also a good time
that's
next
gonna
week.
be a
It's
hot-
going to be a
it's
good
gonna be
time next
hot.
week. All right, bye!